Hi guys, welcome to C++ video tutorial series. From the past few video tutorials, we are trying to understand special operators in C++. In the previous videos, we understood size of operator, comma operator, address of operator, pointer operator. In this video, I would like to discuss double pointer operator in C++. In the previous video, we understood the pointer operator, right? Star is used to create a variable which holds address of another memory location, and a variable which holds the address of another memory location is called a pointer variable, correct? In the previous video we understood a variable which holds the address of another memory location is called a pointer variable, right? How do we create a pointer variable? We write the data type star variable name semicolon. For example, here int is a data type, star ptr is a variable name. In the previous video I told you how to read this, right? We know that ptr is a pointer to an integer type variable. Ptr is a pointer to an integer type of variable, correct? In the previous video we understood I am going to create one variable here, okay? Int num equals to 10. We know what happens when this statement is executed, right? Computer goes to its memory. It allocates one memory location for the variable num. Inside that it puts the value 10. And we know that every memory location is going to have some address. This variable is going to have the address 64,22,284, right? Assume that this num is going to have the address 64,22,284. Here remember 10 is the value and 64,22,284 is the address of num, correct? We know that how to create a pointer variable to this num. We are going to say int star ptr1 is equals to ampersand num. What happens when this statement is executed, guys? We know that computer goes to its memory. It allocates one more memory location for ptr1. Inside that we are storing address of num. What we are storing? We are storing address of num, which is 64,22,284, right? Ampersand num returns the address of num. That address we are storing in ptr1, and we know that once we store address in a pointer, it starts pointing to that memory location. ptr1 is also a variable. It is going to have its own address, and what is that? It is going to be 64,22,280. That is the address of ptr1. So this is a pointer variable. A variable which holds address of another memory location is called a pointer variable, or simply a pointer or single pointer, guys. In this video I would like to discuss the double pointer. Star symbol is used to create a variable which holds address of another pointer variable. Note this. Star symbol is used to create a variable which holds address of another pointer variable. A variable which holds address of another pointer variable is called a double pointer, guys. A variable which holds the address of another pointer variable is called double pointer. How do we create double pointer? We write data type, then we write star, then we write variable name semicolon. For example, here int is a data type, star ptr2 is a variable name. And how do we read this? ptr2 is a pointer which holds address of another pointer of type integer. ptr2 is a pointer which holds address of another pointer which is of type integer. That means what I can do here, I can say int star ptr2, it is going to have the address of ptr1. So this is actually called as a double pointer, guys. What happens when this statement is executed? Computer again goes to its memory. It allocates one more memory location for ptr2. Inside that it stores the address of ptr1, that is 64,22,280. That is the address of ptr1, right? We are assigning the address, and it is going to have its own address, which is 64,22,276. 445 bytes difference, guys. And ptr2 starts pointing to ptr1. Understanding? Here PTR1 is also a pointer, PTR2 is also a pointer, but PTR1 is pointing to a normal variable, whereas PTR2 is pointing to a pointer variable, so it is a double pointer, guys. And remember, we can access the value of num, using the num variable. We can access the value of num using the PTR1. We can access the value of num using PTR2, guys. And how? Let's discuss that. You can see here, first what I will do, I will show you the value of num, cout, and then I say here in double quotations, I say value of num, and then I display the value of num here, and L. I say here cout, I'll display the address of num, ampersand num, and L, right? That is going to display the address. So here I use the conversion uint ptr underscore t. It displays the address in integer format, right? To use uint ptr underscore t, I have to include hash include cstd int close. Okay, here I say cout and L. So first I am displaying the value of num. It should display the value of num 10, and the address of num, it should display 64,22,284, right? Correct or not? That is the address. You can see here. Next I am going to display the value of PTR1 and the address of PTR1. So I go back, I am going to copy these 3 lines of code, paste here. I say value of PTR1. Here we should say PTR1. As PTR1 has the address of num1, address of the num, I should convert it into integer format, and here we get the output 64,22,284, and then I'm going to display address of PTR1. So here I say address of PTR1, which is 64,22,280. I copy and paste down. Now I display value of PTR2. So here I say PTR2, which is what is the value of PTR2? Value of PTR2 is the address of PTR1, right? 64,22,280. So we should get that 64,22,280, and then address of PTR2. I'm going to display address of PTR2, which is 76, right? Okay, let's save it and say build and run. You can see that we get value of num 10. Of course, the value of num is 10. Next, we got the address of num is 64,22,284. Of course, you can see that we got the address 64,22,284, correct? Next, PTR1 value should be 64,22,284. You can see value of PTR1 is 64,22,284. That is also correct. The address of PTR1 should be 64,22,280. You can see 64,22,280. That is also correct, right? Then PTR2 value is 64,22,280, which is address of PTR1. That is also correct. And address of PTR2 is 64,22,276. That is also correct. So we got all the outputs correct, guys. Understanding? Great. If we want, we can get or set the value of num using PTR1 as well as PTR2. So if I have to get the value of num, I can say star PTR1, correct? So if I go here and say cout, I'm going to say here in double quotation value of num, and then I say here just num and L. Definitely will get output 10. That is the value of num. I copy this and paste down. I can display value of num using PTR1. How do we display? Simply we'll use 1 star and then we write PTR1. So it indicates value at PTR1 is pointing. So PTR1 is 64,22,284. You can see. So value at 64,22,284 is 10. If I have to display the value of num using the PTR2, how do we display, guys? You can see we say value of num using PTR2, we use 2 stars here. Instead of single star, we use 2 star. Definitely we'll get 10. If I say build and run, you see we got 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. So how is it working? How is it working, guys? Right? See, if I write here star PTR1, PTR1 is replaced by the value of PTR1, which is 64,22,284, right? That is what this value is, right? So the address 64,22,284 has the value 10. So this is going to be replaced by 10, guys. If I write star star PTR2, what happens? First PTR2 is replaced, which is 64,22,280. That is this address. So star value at 64,22,280 is 64,22,284, and value at 64,22,284 is 10. So we get 10. So this is how it works, guys. I hope you guys are clearly understanding how we can access the value of num using PTR1 and PTR2. If we want, we can change the value of num using PTR1 and PTR2, right? So simply if I say here star star PTR2 should be equal to 20, then it goes to num and changes value to 20. So if I display now, if I display the value, definitely it is updated to 20, guys. If I say build and run, you see that we got here 20, 20, 20. We can change the value of num using the PTR2. We can change the value of num using PTR1 by saying star PTR1 equal to 30. If I say like this, if I copy this and paste down, you will see definitely the value changed to 30, guys. If I say build and run, you see we got 30, 30, 30. So that is about how you can create a double pointer. I hope you guys have clearly understood how we can create a pointer variable which points to another memory location, and how we can create a variable which points to another pointer, okay, which is called double pointer, guys. I suggest you people to try this code yourself, guys. I suggest you people to try it yourself. If you have any doubts, feel free to put them in the comment section. I'll be happy to clear, guys. In the upcoming video tutorials, we discuss more about C++ in depth, step by step. If you like this video, hit the like button and share with your friends so that everyone will get benefited. For more benefits and be up to date, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Keep learning, keep coding, keep sharing. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial.